different world. It's a world of health and the management part, etc. And generally, you must be knowing nowadays the World Health Organization has been given more importance, more emphasis on human health, especially. And according to WHO, that's the World Health Organization, the definition for health is so complex, and probably none of us will fit into that definition as a healthy individual. As I have seen, nobody on this earth is a healthy individual according to WHO definition, because it is so complex. And it says that the health, in the sense, it is not only the physical health. Generally we concentrate on the physical health, but it is not only the physical health. Other than that, apart from that, it is the mental health, social health, sexual health, and spiritual health. All these components are involved in health. So when we look into this, all other components apart from the physical health, next era, it is an era of artificial intelligence and genomics and mental health. Because nowadays we can see we are all we are well versed or knowledgeable regarding our physical health. So we have a very good lifestyle, diet, hobbies, all these things, but it is very difficult to manage the mental health. We are in the world of stress. So it may be personal or professional or family or related to financial things, like that. So stress management is the greatest task for this era. Accordingly, if you consider health in the sense, you take any disease, whether you name any disease, all the disorders or the diseases have a genetic component. All, you name anything, whether it is a diabetes, obesity, thyroid, or any other cardiac problems, cancer, infertility, PCOD, hormone related, anything, asthma, constipation, high blood pressure, everything it has a genetic component. That means there must be some changes happens in our DNA, and that change will be manifested. It has been manifested in the form of disease. So even except cough and cold, these infectious condition like a diarrhea, sometimes vomiting, other than that, rest of the health issues are genetic disorders. So today I'll be talking about a human genetic disorder and environmental. What is the environmental impact on these diseases? So genetic disorder, I told you, everything, all health issues have a genetic component, and all are considered as a genetic disorder. Okay, so how it happens? There is some changes happens in our genome, that's the DNA. You must be knowing COVID virus is a RNA virus. RNA is a genetic material. Similarly, we have a genetic material. We have a DNA as a genetic material. And if some changes happens in this genetic material, errors happen in this genetic material, then it will manifest into a disease condition. And the definition for that, mutation, it's a heritable change, and it will change the genetic makeup of an individual, and it will change the DNA and the message in the DNA. It will alter the message in the DNA, the good message. So thereby the message which is not required, that will be sent, and that causes health issues or a genetic disorder. So he is a Professor Makashuk, a father of medical genetics. He has described 15,000 health issues or the genetic disorder in humans. And you must be knowing our body is made up of trillions of cells. How the building is built with bricks and cement and sand, like that our body is made up of trillions of cells. So in the brain neuron, there are hundreds of trillions of billions of cells in the brain cells, like that we have a hepatic cells and a kidney cells, like that. In entire body is made up of trillions of cells. And inside the cell, you must be knowing there is a nucleus, and inside the nucleus there are chromosomes, and each individual, all individual have a definite number of chromosomes. For example, humans have 46 chromosomes, Chimpanzee has a 48 chromosome. Rats have 40 chromosome, and sometimes you can see the house fly, which will be there on a curd or fermented fruit. That's a Drosophila fly. That is a 8 chromosome. Like that, every organism on this earth has a definite number of chromosomes. The number is definite. The structure is definite. And if any variation in this number and structure, that results into health issues or some diseases or some syndromes also. So inside these chromosomes, there is a DNA. DNA is master in the sense it has everything, all the information for our body will be there in the DNA. That is, there is a message. That message will be decoded, and decoded message finally forms a protein, and these proteins are very, very essential for living. So we have a blood hemoglobin, that's a protein. Then there is a myoglobin in the muscle, that's a protein. Like that, we have hormones, enzymes, everything for the normal functioning, for respiration, digestion, excretion, reproduction, for all life activity. The proteins are very, very important, and these proteins are produced by from the DNA, that is the genes, and they finally produce these proteins according to our requirement. What we require at that point of time, then the protein will be produced. By chance something goes wrong here, this is the cell. Inside there is a nucleus, and these are the chromosomes. In humans we have a 46 chromosome, and this is the chromosome, and this thread like structure is the DNA, and these are the proteins which is wound around the DNA. And this is very, very important. It is a genetic material. It will transmit from generation to generation. And this DNA I carried from my parents, and my parents carried these from genes from their parents. Like that, this genetic material will be transmitted from generation to generation, from father side, from mother side, and we are the admixture of the character. Sir, admixture of both the parents. That's why we resemble father for some character, mother for some character. So because the DNA is contributed from our ancestor. So that's why I used to tell, whether our ancestor will transfer the property or not, definitely 100% they will give diabetes, obesity, cancer, all these issues, whether you like it or not. So we have to be very, very careful. Whether you like it or not, it will comes from your genes. Now everyone, Indians are prone to be obese as well as diabetes. So 2024, this year, World Health Organization has declared that India is the capital for diabetes in the entire globe. If you look into the statistics of globally, India stands first for diabetes, and for and we are leading thing in the obesity also, because there is a change in our lifestyle, there is a change in our diet, there is a change in our hobbies. And this mutation happened 50,000 years back. Long back only this mutation happened in Indian population. There are two genes, FTO gene, OB gene. Those genes have undergone mutation. And if small trigger in the environment, then we become obese or we develop diabetes. But why not our ancestors, even though they had the mutation, but they are healthy? Because their lifestyle, their diet, their hobbies are completely different. That's why with all the mutation they were healthy. But now already we had the mutation, and small trigger is in the environment, that is change in our food, and going for junk food, high calorie diet, and sedentary lifestyle. Whole of these course you are sitting, so all morning till evening you are sitting, and that's a sedentary, like that, and all these hobbies. So all these are the factors which are influencing for the onset of the disease. So this entire all the diseases, they are broadly classified into some category for our convenience. So first category is called as a Mendelian disorder. And the second is a polygenic, third one is a cytogenetic and mitochondrial. I'll make all these things very simple, not more technical things, because I want to send you some message, or I want to create some awareness among you. So first one is, let us consider it is a Mendelian disorder, means it will be transmitted from our parents. So when it will manifest it, in the sense, if both the parents have the problem or the mutation, then the children will develop this condition, the Mendelian disorder. There are list of diseases related to this, and they develop the disease. So that's why always, as a genetist, I give the message that in order to reduce the genetic burden in the society, there shouldn't be any consanguineous marriage. Consanguineous marriage in the sense, marriage between relatives. So generally in South India, Indian, we have seen a lot of inbreeding. Always they marry in their own community, relatives, and there are a lot of things are there for that. Why do they marry their relatives? So mother wants to have the relation with her mother. This one. So in order to maintain that, here in those we can see there is a what happened, that is uncle niece marriage, and in Muslims there is a cousin marriage. Why it is so? Because cultural, financial, many other issues are there. So because of that, always there's a consanguineous marriage. Generally people will entertain this, society will entertain. But what happened in the consanguineous marriage or marriage between relatives, blood relatives, what happened? Sister having the mutation in one copy, so she looks absolutely normal. Even I am absolutely normal, but I don't know how many mutation I had for many diseases, but in single copy. If I had mutation in two copies, then the disease will be manifested, it will be expressed. All of us have a lot of mutation in single copies, that's why we look normal, but we are not normal. If those copies are in a two, from paternal and maternal, from father, if we are carrying the mutation, or mother we are carrying, from both the side, then definitely we suffer from all the diseases. So what happened in consanguineous marriage? Sister had the mutation, brother had the mutation, and sister will contribute that mutation to daughter, and daughter will marry uncle niece marriage, brother. So what happened here? Both of them have the mutation. So mutations in two copies from both father and mother, the children will develop the disease. So if you curb this or don't entertain marriage between relatives, then what happen? Mutation will be in single copy, and children will not be affected with genetic condition or any health issues. This is one category. It is called as a Mendelian disorder. So it follows the Mendelian ratio in hybridization experiment, like a 3:1 ratio. We need not bother about that technical things. So this is one kind of disorder. That's why always we can see a lot of anomalies, stillbirth, pregnancy losses. These are all very common in case of consanguineous marriage. So we shouldn't entertain that. If we want our children to be healthy, even mentally, physically, all the issues, then always the marriage should happen in for even relatives is not good. It is away from all these things. Somebody else who is not related to this family, that's always it's a good thing, practice. So second is very, very important. It is a disease related to multiple gene mutation, and that's a polygenic. What we have seen, all the diseases are polygenic. Means diabetes, obesity, thyroid, you name any issue, it is a polygenic. Means not one factor is involved here. Many genes are involved and many factors are involved. Not only genes, environmental factor, what you eat, what you drink, what is your practice, all these things will manifest the disease. And there is no proper treatment for polygenic disease because it is not one gene. It is many genes in many chromosomes. Once you are identified, screened with a diabetes, no cure for diabetes. It is just the management. You have to manage your sugar level, that's all. Otherwise, once you screened with a diabetes, gone. It is you are a diabetic, person, but you are doing the management. So like that, it is very difficult to treat these. Only management is the thing. Once you identified there is a blockage in the heart, any point of time you develop it. That means already it has manifested, but only you are managing the disease. So the third one is a cytogenetic, I told you. It is related to chromosomes. So I told you we have a 46 chromosomes, and many organisms there is a different number of chromosomes. So in human, if the chromosome number is more or less, then both the conditions are a diseased condition. For example, you have seen many transgenders, hermaphrodites, many such people. There are in men, if they have extra X chromosome, that results into Klinefelter. They have a feminine characters. And female, generally, you must be knowing, males have XY chromosome, sex chromosome. Females have XX chromosome, two X in females, and one X and one Y in male. So these chromosomes, they decides the sex of an individual. And rest of the chromosome, rest 45 chromosome, they are taking care of everything. Our respiration, digestion, excretion, reproduction, everything in our body is taken care by rest of the chromosome. But sex chromosome will decide the sex. So it will decide baby has to be male or female. By up to 12th week, the sex of the baby is not decided. It is a bipotential. It has both the organs. So either it can develop into male or it can develop into female, depending upon the instruction by the genes. So it is, that's why it is called as a bipotential. Sex of the fetus or the baby is not decided up to 12th week of pregnancy. After 12th week only, the baby will be transformed into either male or female depending upon the instruction given by the genes. So here what happened in female, sometimes if they have only one X chromosome, then that condition is called as a Turner. We have a lot of such females. No menstruation, they don't have a uterus, and they can't be fertile, and there is no breast development. All those features are there. And men, if they have X chromosome extra, then they have a feminine character. So they behave like a female, they're walking, all those things. I'll take up a few examples. And next is a mitochondrial disorder, very important. Now we are celebrating Navaratri, and always we say female is Adi Shakti, and nobody knows why she is called as Adi Shakti. Everyone say, always, why more prominence for females? Why? Nobody knows. Female, maybe physically she may not be that good in, like, like a men, but mentally females are very, very strong. Mentally, men cannot be strong like a females. So that's why they do multiple tasking, they manage everything very well. And why female is called as a Adi Shakti? Because what mitochondria we have, everyone on this earth, mitochondria, it is from the maternal side, from our mother. Mother has given the mitochondria, and mitochondria is called as a powerhouse of the cell. It gives the power in our body. Any function is because of the mitochondria, and mitochondria gives the power to do any activity inside the body. So this mitochondria is from mother. That's why they say mother is Adi Shakti, means she is the one who gives power to everyone. So mitochondrial diseases we have, anything happens in the mitochondria, any changes, mutation in the sense some changes which is not tolerable, that is called as a mitochondrial disorder. So I told you polygenic disorder, it is lot of environmental factors like tobacco, pollution, our diet, all these things, definitely it has an impact on our health. And cancer is a genetic disorder. Many of us, they don't know. It is a genetic disorder. If we have the mutation, if anybody, for example, in any family, if more death happens due to cancer, then all the members in the family have under higher risk compared to others. So for example, if grandmother died due to some breast cancer, or mother had some lung cancer, or aunt had some any other cancerous condition, all the females in that particular family is under risk. So what they should do, they should undergo annual medical checkup after 30s. But others, they can go for this medical checkup after 50s for control population or normal individual. But this family is a risky family. At any point of time, these females will develop either breast cancer or ovarian cancer or lung cancer, because already mutation happened. It has been carried from their grandmother to mother, mother to daughters. So we have to be very careful. Mutation is already there, but still they are healthy, and body needs some trigger from the environment to develop the disease. What are those triggers to develop cancer? Carcinogens, like coloring agent. All outside food what we are eating have some colors, and they are not even FDA has recommended, but even still there is a doubt that whether we could consume that. All coloring agent, all preservatives, then food additive like Ajinomoto, taste powder, what they are adding for all charts outside the food in hotels or street charts. So all this taste powder, they are all carcinogen. And plastic usage, we are doing lots of for plastic usage. The plastic will release bisphenol, dioxin, phthalate, and they are very much carcinogenic, and that causes breast cancer. Every year, I last month I met COR, the head of the HCG Bharat Cancer Hospital. There are HCG group of oncology institutes, and Dr. Ajay Kumar was telling me that every year in India there is a 5 to 10% increase in cancer incidence. Lot of people earlier, cancer was it was a rare thing. Somewhere for relative or somebody, they had the cancer, but now cancer is in every family. Aged people know, they developed the cancer. So age is one risk factor, and all our lifestyle, diet, all these things, high calorie diet is one of the main risk factor in causing cancer. Okay, cancer is a multifactorial, it's a genetic disorder. You must be knowing Angelina Jolie. She is a Hollywood actress, and she had created a wave that is called as the Angelina effect. So she has created an awareness among the Westerners that uh, we don't go for cosmetic surgery. Now we have seen lot of celebrities now, they go for cosmetic surgery, breast enlargement, all those things. So because of her awareness, or that is the Angelina effect, many of the ladies, they have undergone implantation, breast implantation to enlarge the breast. They have removed the implants because that is one of the reason which will trigger, because they put the balloon inside, so they enlarge the breast augmentation. So they have removed that because they are vulnerable. At any point of time they could develop the breast cancer. So these are all the things going on, but people are not aware of this. It is a genetic condition. If any family had this, similarly obesity. Obese family means if anybody lean in that family, given a chance, if there is no proper strict diet, no exercise, within no time they gain weight, because already they are prone. The genes are have undergone mutation. Your high calorie diet, your no physical activity is enough to develop the disease. Similarly, cardiac diseases. Anybody in the family had the cardiac problem, be serious, because all the members in the family could develop the disease. So I'm not telling everyone will develop. This is mainly depending upon your practice, your diet, your lifestyle, your hobbies. All these things counts. Not only that, even the mental issues, physical issues, definitely we can make out because it will manifest. We have a pain, we have a problem, all these things, definitely. But mental issues, none of us could identify the person is mentally ill, because the anxiety, depression, stress, all these things we can't make out. They'll mask it. Our friends, our neighbors, our relatives, yesterday evening they were good with us, we spoke 1 hour, next day morning they hanged themselves, they committed suicide. So it is a shocking for us, no? Even our sometimes our dearest nearest friend, they had the problem but they never open up. They mask it. It's very difficult to diagnose the mental illness. They pretend that they are healthy. They have a lot of issues, but nobody could recognize some. We'll be shocked. I was very shocked that when Siddhartha, that is a coffee day owner, committed suicide. How is it possible? Billionaire. What's the problem? What's going on him? So many people, they have a lot of anxiety, stress, because they don't know stress management. They don't know how to manage the stress. We should know, because we are all professionals. Especially ladies, they are working. Indian ladies are really great, because they manage personal professional life fantastic. And others, because it's a god gift for them, multitasking. They could manage 10 work at a time. That is the brain networking is fantastic in females. That's why we used to tell, nobody knows ಮೀನಿನ ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಗುರುತನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಹೆಂಗಸರನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ brain networking of females, none of the male on this earth, they can't understand what is female. Nobody. It is not possible, because networking is completely different. What men thought, it is totally different about female. Their emotions, their expression, all these things are completely different. I used to tell, in a family, if the daughter is adolescent and mother is menopausal, then father cannot manage a daughter and wife, because both are in a stressed condition. There is a mood fluctuation among both of them, and what they are doing, family members can't understand. So all these are mental issues. So even mental issues, anxiety, depression, many other, attention deficit problem, autism, there are a lot of condition. All has a genetic component, because it inherits in a family. You could see some family, so all members are very aggressive. You can't speak with them. Okay. So, and all are restless, hyperactive, because this will be carried from generation to generation. But we can do good management also. So I'll skip off this thing. This is not required. I'll take up some these are all genetic disorders. Some of the things could be prevented. Okay, I told you these are the chromosomes. For your kind information, I told you in humans there are 46 chromosomes. We have colored, but in actually they are not colored. So we colored them for the identification. There are total 46 chromosomes, including sex chromosome. Sex chromosome, in the sense, they always maintain the sex of the individual. All these spermatogenesis, oogenesis, production of sperm, ovum, everything is controlled by these sex chromosome. And all organisms have a definite sex chromosome. In human, even in grasshopper, we have sex chromosome. In birds, we have sex chromosome. Flies, we have sex chromosome. So every organism on this earth, they have a definite number of chromosomes. So always, why females are male, we say it is a male dominated society, but without female, man is nothing. Not in the perspective of a social thing, from the perspective of genetics. Because see the size of the X chromosome, see the size of the Y chromosome. X chromosome is very large, Y chromosome is very, very small. And what's the function of this Y chromosome? Only sperm production, only fertility, that's all. But X chromosome, apart from fertility, it has lot of genes here. It does everything. Your vision, your blood, your lot of things are there in the X chromosome. And earlier, some years back, this Y chromosome, hundreds or thousands of years, this is thousands of years back, this Y chromosome size was like a X chromosome. It was very lengthy, but nature found that it's of no use. This Y chromosome is only for the sex, or in the sense for the production of the sperm. Then nature reduced the size of the Y chromosome. It was like this, then reduced, and only now this is only Y chromosome. 1 month back, there were many articles and arguments amongst scientists that this Y chromosome is degenerating. It's going on smaller, smaller, smaller. What will happen once it completely degenerate? No human race on this earth, no male, no reproduction. Then it is end of the human race on this earth. Probably other organism may dominate. Once human ends, all other animals, plants, other things could dominate. But don't know, it might take some millions of years to completely degenerate, completely eliminate this Y chromosome. Until then, we could live another 10 or 20 years, we don't know, but it is not for us. So next generation, we'll see another 10 generation, 20 generation, we don't know. That's why always we should respect ladies, because see, from genetics scientific perspective, why X chromosome is large, it is dominating, so very important. So this is from this context also, always we respect X chromosome. So any alteration in the Y chromosome, any alteration in the chromosome, whether it is a X or Y or autosome or whatever, there shouldn't be any error. If any error, then it is a disease. So what happened here? Why the disease? See, errors in the plants is fantastic. We have a hybrid variety, fruits, vegetables, then these flowers, all these crop, everything. These are all hybrid. Hybrid or variation in the chromosome number in plant is very good for commercial purpose. But variation in the chromosome number in human is a disease. That's the difference between human and plant. In plant, any number of chromosome, triploidy, tetraploidy, diploidy, pentaploidy, hexaploidy, heptaploidy, all these are super fantastic. We can see superfoods. But human, any small change in the chromosome, it is nothing but a disease. See, this is a hybrid. This is a wild. Wild is very small. This is a more number of chromosome, so huge. But human, normal, abnormal means the person may be giant, person will be with a lot of complications. Okay. So I told you in females, always females have two X chromosomes. Okay. So by chance, if there is a loss of one of the X chromosome, then it results into a condition called as a Turner's condition. Probably if you might have seen, but you may not recognize them. So they don't have a pubertal changes like in adolescent, that is adolescence starts now, it is they say from 10 years to 20 years. Early adolescent, middle adolescent, late adolescent. 15 to 17, we say it is a middle adolescent. Extremely critical situation, condition for any individual. Because most critical point in our lifetime is the adolescent. There's a turning point for anybody, because what happened, lot of changes happening in our body, both in males and females. That's why don't scold your children. Those in the adolescent age, never scold them. Be friends with them and try to know their problems. So mother should be know whether male or female kids. So you have to be within a good, give some comfortable zone. So try to give some comfortable zone, try to interact with them. Why? Because forget our adolescent, we had in a different things. So we are not exposed to digital world. So now the things are quite different, and be very calm, cool, have patience when deal with adolescent group, because they have a huge flush of hormones. They couldn't tolerate that energy. They have energy, bubbling energy is there, high flush of energy is there, and they don't know how to channelize the energy. That is the problem. Why we can see wheeling, why the boys they go fast and hit and accident happens, why they do wheeling, why they do all these dangerous activities. Why? Because the hormones, they have huge testosterone is peak, and they couldn't tolerate, they couldn't control themselves. And during adolescent, we can see lot of changes among children. They were kids earlier, cute chubby kids, And when they reach the adolescent age, we can see a lot of development. Boys, they develop beard, and there's a change in the voice, and they grow taller. And that's the thing, when they start speaking also, we think they are quarreling with us. That's the problem with the parents. And they are taller than us. So if they approach us, we'll be thinking they are coming to beat us. They are coming to, no, they don't have a manners. That's what we think. But it is not their fault, because it is the changes in their body. Voice has changed. So even they speak smoothly also, we find that it is a very rough. He is very arrogant, we think. So he tried to argue with us. We think, oh, he's very arrogant. No, nothing, because they can't manage their hormones. So we have to channelize them properly. Then only they'll be normal. So here what happened, female, if they don't develop the menstruation, then it is called as a primary amenorrhea. Then we should think that there must be some serious problem related to the chromosome. And no menstruation, there's a lack of breast development, narrow hips, and intelligence, sometime normal, sometime IQ will be less. And we can see 1 in 5,000 children, girls, one will be like this. I will show this. See here. This girl, there is no breast development, and you can see there is extra fold of skin around the neck. This is some abnormal feature. If you observe properly, then we can make out. See this abnormal feature. This is the extra fold of the skin in the neck portion, no breast development, widely spaced nipple, all these things. Sometimes they have edema, and they are not small kids. They are aged, but still they look like a kids. And they don't have a menstruation. Many times what happen in rural area, they think that they are malnutrited. So after marriage, it will be okay. And such girls will be married because they don't have a uterus at all. There is no menstruation, no egg production, no uterus. So they'll marry. After the marriage, they'll realize that she is not complete female. Then they'll go to court, apply for divorce. Then they take a suggestion from genetist, like a karyotyping will be done. Karyotyping, they found that there is a loss of one X chromosome. Then court will give the permission for the divorce. So such things are also very quite common. And see here, these are all the chromosomes. They are not, they are microscopic. They are, we can't see like this. They are microscopic. In microscope, they are not arranged like this. We arranged. Okay, so here, one of the X chromosome here is missing. When we count, it is a 45 chromosome. And males, we have extra X chromosome in males. Generally, they have a XY, but extra X is called as a Klinefelter. Out of 1,000 males, one male will be having this problem. But majority, sometimes it is very difficult to identify. So here, they have some feminine character. They develop the breast. They develop the pubic hair like a female, and their limbs are very lengthy, slender, fingers are very fine like the female. Testicular atrophy, testes will be very small. Then they have a breast development, poor beard growth, no beard, no hairs on the body. Okay, and IQ will be sometimes okay or less. Female type of pubic hair pattern. They are very tall, slender, all this. So these are all males with a loss of extra X chromosome. Apart from XY, they have additional X chromosome. See, they are males. All this. See the breast development, breast development, breast development, all this. So here when we do karyotyping or chromosome test, we can see XXY. So then we identify like that. There are many such people. They have multiple X sometimes, more X, more feminine feature. Less X, then features will be, we can make out. Sometimes mosaicism means some cells normal, some cells abnormal. Then very difficult to identify them. Many are there in the society. They marry. After the marriage, they don't have a children, infertility. When they go to doctor, they do karyotyping, suspecting that might be Klinefelter. Then found that he's a Klinefelter. Then they say you can't have a kids. You can go for donor, IUI, IVF. There are many other assisted reproductive techniques. Through that, they can get the children. So There are some cases where they have males have extra Y. So you have seen some psychic behavior in some males, very aggressive, psychopaths. Now psychopaths are increasing, don't know why. May not be chromosome reason, maybe some external factor, all these things. So this psychopath condition, more aggressiveness is also because of extra Y chromosome. So they have an extra Y chromosome and they physically they are normal, mentally they are normal. There is increase in testosterone. Male hormone is a testosterone. Increase in testosterone, more aggressive. They have a normal lifespan. They live longer, but they create problems to everyone. So see here, X, Y, Y, extra Y, that causing this abnormal behavior. But mentally, physically, they're absolutely normal. You just cannot make out the person is like that. But their family members and their spouse, they knew that the person is not normal. He has a lot of issues. Like that, poly X females. Here, in females, apart from 2X chromosome, sometimes they have a extra X. Extra X having, they have more feminine character, and some of the Hollywood, Bollywood people, they have this problem. Some of them, they undergo hormone therapy or cosmetic surgery, all those things. But this, some of them are, we are not supposed to, in human genetics, that is the ethics. We are not supposed to reveal anything to anyone. It is always maintain confidentiality. That's the prime thing in the human genetics. So many of them, some of them have both in, even in Hollywood, Bollywood, there are. So they display a normal female phenotype, but they're sterile and the physique will be extraordinary among them. So that's the thing. They will be more entertained in the film field or in the modeling, etc. And that is about the sex chromosome, all this. Hope you have seen this Down syndrome cases. Definitely you might have seen this Down syndrome, means mental retardation. And this Down syndrome, this children, see this one probably now you can make out like this. There are a lot of such children. It is very, very common mental retardation called as a Down syndrome. And this is because of the extra 21st chromosome. There is a mental retardation. You can see there is a depressed nasal bridge, epicanthal fold, then he depressed nasal bridge, low set ear, high arched palate, and all these things. And this is, see here, all chromosomes are 2 in number. This particular chromosome is 3 in number. This is the reason for that Down syndrome condition or mental retardation. This is 1 in 600, very common. Probably you have seen there are such children going with their parents. Parents are taking care of them and they are always, they escort them. This is quite common condition. And this is very, very important for to everyone. Everyone must know why such things happens. This always associated with the mother age. Advanced mother age is associated with all these chromosomal problem. So if mother age is 20, then chances of giving birth to abnormal children is 2000, 1 in 2000, very remote. As mother age increases, the chances of giving birth to abnormal children will increases. But this doesn't hold good for men. Men at any age can be father, nothing happens to children. But mother, she should be in a young age, then only she can give birth to normal children. As she ages, the chances of giving birth to abnormal children increases, and it is a very, very risky having children after 30s. Even 22 to 28 is the appropriate, very good the age to have a healthy children. Reason is, one second. Yeah, as mother age increases, you can see the graph, abnormal children age increases. So what happened? You must be knowing, for the birth of a baby, females give eggs, male gives sperm. When eggs and sperm fuse, the baby will be born. So in sperm, from where do we get sperm? From the testis. And when do we get the sperm? When the male enter adolescent age, then the spermatogenesis or the production of the sperm starts because of the testis. That's a testosterone hormone will be released. These hormone will trigger the production of the sperm. But females, the eggs are released and stored when she is in her mother womb. When she is in the fetal condition, baby in her mother womb, then that time the eggs are produced. 30,000 eggs are produced in a female baby and stored. And when these eggs are released, when she reaches the adolescent age, she develops menstruation, and every month one egg will be released. So during this time, from fetal condition means some 4th month or the 5th month of the baby, 5th month female baby, till 12th or 12 years or 14 years or 15 years. So during that time, almost 10 to 14 years, during that time, out of 30,000, all these eggs undergo atresia or degenerated, and 3,000 eggs will be left out. From 30,000, they undergo degeneration, and 3,000 eggs will be there in a adolescent girl. And out of these 3,000 eggs, every month one egg will be released. So 3,000 eggs are there. Which egg has to release first? There is a competition among the eggs. And the clue given, still it is a, we don't have the answer for that. What clue makes these eggs to release every month? 3,000 are ready. Out of this 3,000, one will be selected and released every month. Which one will be selected? The best egg, the very potent, strong egg will be released every month. So it starts in adolescent, and when she reaches 30, 40 years, by the time all good eggs will be exhausted. Whatever left out, they are damaged eggs with lot of mutation, diseased eggs. When those eggs fertilizes with the healthy sperm also, the baby will be abnormal. That's why always we should educate youngsters, youth, get married early, have children early, then you could concentrate on your career in the later part, especially ladies or the girls, because nowadays we have seen that. So they do masters, then they join for PhD, then postdoc, then job, then they think of marriage. After marriage, another 3-4 years, no issues. By the time when they are planning for issues, they might be 30, 35, 30 or 38, 40, and they don't have a good eggs by the time, and the eggs are abnormal. They might have a deliver a baby with autism, with attention deficit, with a lot of mental issues, with lot of physical issues, not proper IQ development, nothing. They are not healthy babies. So that's why they have to, all this, it is a natural phenomenon. We can't postpone the marriage or the having the issue or the having the baby. So that's the secret behind that. And everyone must know, aware of these issues. And father, not much problem, because spermatogenesis is a continuous process. If they want to plan for pregnancy, if the person is an alcoholic, smoker, idiot person, even then he can change all his habits. At least 6 months, 1 year, if he cuts down all the things, then he will produce healthy sperm. Any point of time he could change, but not in case of females. So, but still, father's role is there. If father exposed to teratogen in the sense, what we have seen around us all are carcinogen, teratogen, mutagen. We don't have anything good around us. What we eat, what we drink, what we breathe, lot of toxins only we have. But still the body has the capacity to remove this toxin, and if it is at some permeable range, if it is out of that range, then we don't have anything, definitely we develop the disease. So here what happened for the exposure to microplastic. Now I had made lot of videos related to this. So to educate everyone, plastics, they don't degrade, they are not biodegradable. So they will be finally they crushed in the environment due to weathering effect and will be in small pieces. Microplastic, nanoplastic we have. Once they enter into our body, even Bisleri water, not only Bisleri, any drinking water, not only in India, in USA also they found 650 microplastic in one water bottle. So no country on this earth is free from this microplastic. Nanoplastic, even it is not visible, so we consume, so it deposit on our liver, kidney, heart, or somewhere and causes like inflammation. And we are thinking that we are healthy, and all of a sudden we collapse. It is because of more deposition of this plastic and the chemicals which leaches from the plastic, the dioxin, phthalate, all these things. When it mixes with the food, then definitely they causes some damage in our DNA. For the exposure, definitely it has some impact, like a tetracycline. In infant teeth, it will be affected. And drugs like uh, that is warfarin, valproic acid, and vitamin A, thalidomide, all these things, chemicals like PCB, very common, methyl mercury, alcohol, and females always that pregnancy is a very, very critical in females, and mentally, physically they have to be healthy, otherwise they can't expect the healthy baby. If they are infected with the rubella, cytomegalovirus, herpes, toxoplasmosis, syphilis, definitely the baby will be having health issues. This particularly toxoplasmosis, I have seen lot of females, they have pets, cats. So during pregnancy, they are not supposed to in contact with the cats. So because this toxoplasm, that's a parasite, will reside in the fecal matter of the cats. By chance, if the pregnant female come in contact with this parasite, then the baby will born with blindness, deafness, IQless, all these things. So it is better to be careful during pregnancy, that to early pregnancy, first trimester of pregnancy, first 3 months, because organogenesis happens during this time. All organs, heart, liver, kidney, brain, everything will be damaged only during this time. So, and this drugs, I'll show you one incident happened 50 years back in the Euro. And maternal factor, like if a mother is a diabetic, or if she has a even thyroid problem, all those things, definitely it has an impact on the baby. This is a drug, thalidomide drug. This incident happened in the Europe 50 years back. Entire Europe, they had the babies, 50,000 children baby born without limb. All these babies are without limb. Mentally, they are absolutely normal, but physical problem, anomalies, no limb. Because what happened, their mother during pregnancy, they have consumed this thalidomide drug. This was given by the doctors to stop the early morning sickness. In the pregnancy, early pregnancy, they have vomiting, giddiness, no appetite, all those complications will be there for some years, because hormone, there is a remodeling in the body, both hormones and many tissues also, because placental develop, implantation happen, placenta is organized developing. So during that time, naturally, they have a lot of issues. So in order to stop vomiting sensation, doctor prescribed this thalidomide drug to pregnant female without knowing what happens after taking this drug. And when they give birth the children, all the children are abnormal. 50,000 children born in Europe like this, in all the countries of the Europe, those who have consumed this. Then they realize that there are many drugs, they cause, they inhibit the organogenesis. That's why we are not supposed to take any drugs without doctor prescription, including Dolo 50, even paracetamol, brufen, all these painkillers, Others we can take, nothing happens. Even if you consume poison also, some extent body could tolerate and we survive. But pregnant female, always they have to be very very careful. It is a very crucial period, not only physical, even what to eat they should think what they are eating. I always suggest them, don't go outside, don't take outside charts. If you want to have a pani puri, have at home, prepare churumuri at home, don't go outside. Because the person hygiene we can't guarantee, we can't guarantee the colors, we can guarantee any infection happens. Then what happens, to stop that they will be given broad spectrum antibiotics. Those antibiotics definitely it will affect the children. We don't know what part of the baby main, it could be the neurons or the brain, or it could be the heart or kidney or liver, we don't know, we can't make out which will be, which organ will be affected. So finally baby will be sick, and always we'll be thinking that our baby is not doing good, our baby is dull in maths, our baby can't concentrate. All blame we put on baby. But what we did during pregnancy, we should think whether we had maintained good physical health, mental health, social health, sexual health and spiritual health. So all these component holistic health will decide the baby. That's why female is called as Adi Shakti, because she is the one who could who could decide the health of a baby, career of a baby, everything she decides. How she is, accordingly nowadays, you heard lot of about Garbha Samskara, all these things. People are talking. What is that? It is epigenetic phenomenon. We say in genetics, it is epigenetic phenomenon. All these practices we had in our culture long back, our ancestors they had, they didn't know the scientific background, but so far what they have done, everything is perfect. But without they can't explain. If you ask them why you are doing, they can't explain because they don't know the science behind that. We have to dig out what is the science behind that, why they have to perform all these rituals. There is a science behind that, but nobody knows. But they made this with some purpose. They knew that it works, but how it works they don't know, they are unable to answer. So I used to, if I tell my son go to temple, he may not agree why I should go to temple, all this. But if I tell him that when you go to temple, your right brain and left brain will be balanced, then your prefrontal cortex will get more oxygen and all those things, then he will go to temple. And if I tell him why you have to ring the bell, that is in the temple, he won't listen. But if I tell him that when you ring the bell in the temple, then there is a your prefrontal cortex development will be good, and you will be having more of this judging, analyzing, all this capacity, he will listen. We have the three different types of brainstem we have. Animal brain we have, mammalian brain we have. Always the animal brain will be dominating in everyone, all of us. It is the animal brain which is dominating. That's why we develop anger, we have a thirst, we have a fear, fight, fright, all these emotions, and sexual urge, all these things are a site of animal brain amygdala region. But why saints are cool, comfortable, always happy? Because where the prefrontal cortex is a dominating among them. So these are all the things we should tell them, then only they will listen. This is, see, these are the limbs, the loss of limbs. See, it is really very difficult to digest with the children like this condition. We don't know, even I can't assure that your paracetamol is good. Without doctor prescription, anything we are not supposed to consume during pregnancy. So all these cleft lip, cleft palate, exposure to pregnant female to X-rays or lead, all these things. Where do we have lead? Lead will be there in our packed food. That's a, we have a rasgulla in a tin. The rasgulla, the tin will be sealed with the lead. So it will leach into the thing. So lot of such things are there. We are not aware of these things. If you go for ready food, fast food, then always it is a risk. So that's why always I recommend be more of a vegetarian. We have take lot of vegetable, fruits, then these sprouts, all these fresh juice and seasonal fruits. So thereby you will get lot of benefits like a micronutrient, vitamins, trace elements, lot of thing will get all these things. So teratogen, I told you rubella infection causes blindness, deafness, mental impairment, alcohol. Exposure to alcohol may cause physical malformation, growth retardation, mental retardation. Nowadays, even earlier we thought men boozers or take alcohol. Nowadays we can't assure. I can assure any lady she won't take alcohol. It's quite common because they are in MNC, multinational company. So they think it is their like no. So they when they work with that the mannerism. So they drinking alcohol is a mannerism they think. So any other time fine, but when they are pregnant or preparing having planning for pregnancy, they are not supposed to touch single drop of alcohol. Even for men, single drop of alcohol definitely it will kill the liver. But what happened no, lot of people they make a lot of videos in a social media they release, and I hope there are some people who support alcohol always. They say drink alcohol with a salad, nothing happens. So don't know who is that Brihaspati. We should award the Nobel Prize for him. But you take alcohol with whatever, finally, definitely 100% it will damage the tissue. So no compromise. And some people they say red wine is good. Red wine, many they promote red wine. You drink red wine, your heart will be good. All those things. Why red wine? They say it is good. There is a resveratrol in the red wine, small quantity, but alcohol is in more quantity. Other than that, you take grape juice, so that has also the resveratrol. So like that we have to small thing no they'll hype, but apart from that what damages it causes, that will be masked. So exposure to alcohol, what happen in female generally, if we consume alcohol, what happens, the person, that is a temporary effect, will be giddiness, and they lose conscious, they speak all rubbish things, and they want to scold everyone, they scold all those drama they do. That is a temporary effect. What happened during that time, that alcohol finally it goes to liver, and liver has their detoxification happens. There are two kinds of enzymes in liver. One is alcohol dehydrogenase and another is aldehyde dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase will convert the alcohol into aldehyde, and aldehyde dehydrogenase enzyme will convert aldehyde into citric acid. Citric acid will be metabolized in our body. Next day morning person will be absolutely normal. This process will takes place in the liver. That's why consuming more alcohol, the liver will be damaged because it cannot detoxify. What happens, this happens in everyone whether it's a male or female, and these enzymes are very good in some people. That's why even they take more alcohol also they'll be steady. They don't fall, they don't have that symptom. But some people, these enzymes expression, the capacity will be less. That's why even small dose also they'll faint. So this is a individual capacity. But female, when they take, same thing happens in both males and females. But pregnant female, when she takes alcohol, the fetus doesn't have these enzymes in the liver. So what happened? It crosses the placenta, it goes to fetus, the developing baby, because it doesn't have these enzymes. It will be in the circulation. It goes to neuron. It will damage the brain. It will damage the liver, and it will damage it. It makes that thing, and the baby will born with a mental retardation. So the pregnant female should be careful. If she has the habit of drinking alcohol, she has to stop. Otherwise she shouldn't plan for issues. Similarly, a lot of environmental teratogen, methyl mercury pollution in fishes, that increases the C-section, means a cesarean delivery is nowadays very common. Recently I made one video about the C-section. So even nowadays ladies mental the strength has reduced. They can't tolerate the labor pain. Earlier females, why they are very very strong? Because that is a delivery pain is the highest pain in the globe. That means even chronic, that is a treatment, terminal stage of the cancer, that is considered as a horrible pain. Even labor pain is 100 times higher than the terminal cancer case. Means so far nothing, no pain is equivalent to labor pain. In that context also you should respect females. No pain is equivalent. Any pain, it cannot be equivalent to labor pain. And females are very very strong because they could tolerate that pain and they give birth to many children. Earlier days, our ancestor, our grandparents, grandmother, and nowadays they don't have that much of mental capacity. More than that, when they go for C-section, the baby will not be exposed to good gut microbes. And now entire globe, they are looking, they are working, main research is going on about our gut microbes. I have to mention this point. Gut or karulu anta naವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, it is called as a second brain. Because in our body, how many cells we have? Same number of bacteria we have inside the body, from mouth till anus. Inside the body we are living with bacteria. Outside we are very clean and all these things, we put coat, suit and sari, we look beautiful. Inside it is a horrible. So we have all these things. Microbes are there, parasites are there, some people have a roundworm, tapeworm, hookworm, all those things are there inside their gut. So these gut microbes, there are two kinds of gut microbes in everyone. Everyone has, irrespective of anything, they have two category of good gut microbes. One is a good gut microbes. I am not using a technical word, I say good and bad. Good gut microbes. Another is a harmful good microbes. Always the good gut microbe have a upper hand, so we are all healthy. Anything nowadays, scientists, they are correlating mental health, physical health, every health with the gut microbes. If good gut microbes are good, then we'll be healthy. I can connect this incident. Recently we had the incident of Darshan. You are all very familiar. Why such things happen? Why he couldn't handle such a simple situation? It is anybody could solve easily, but why he failed to do that? It is because of the gut microbes. So they are more prone for a non-vegetarian food. Those who eat non-vegetarian food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 24 into 7, always non-vegetarian food, then they have a very bad gut microbes. These gut microbes won't secrete some of the neurotransmitter like a serotonin. They are the one way they secrete some of the neurotransmitter like a serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin. And the person who lacks these hormone neurotransmitter, they can't judge. Their behavior is very very weird. That's why our ancestors, they used to always scold people, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ? That is a word generally we scold, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ ನೀನು? Means they are not telling that ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ನೀನು ಅನ್ನ ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ, ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ, not that. They meant something else. Always we think, okay, oh, in ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ, ಅನ್ನ ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ. That is not the thing. Other than that, the scientific reason behind ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಂತ್ಯಾ means, if you are eating non-vegetarian food, you harbor more harmful gut microbes. If you are eating vegetarian food, you will harbor good gut microbes, because now you heard about the probiotics. Good gut microbes, lactobacillus, bifidobacteria, they are all in our food, like a pickle, buttermilk, curd, dosa, idli, all fermented fruits, all these things. Those are vegetarian, and the food for this gut microbe is a vegetarian food. More fiber they need. To survive, they need more fiber. Where do we get the fiber? In the vegetarian food, we get the fiber. So those who are eating mosaranna, then always they are calm, they are cool, they can do lot of good things, analysis, decision making, all these things are fantastic if they go for sattvic food. But if always they change their diet into non-vegetarian, sometimes occasionally it's fine because it has some proteins also. I don't disagree or deny non-vegetarian food, but always it should not be frequent. Once in a while, once in a week, it's fine. But always, if you are not nurture your good microbes, then definitely you have a problem. So attend this C section people, they don't get good gut microbes from the mother when they go for C-section. Normal delivery, baby, once it comes out immediately through vagina, it will be exposed to microbes. Until then, baby is not exposed to single microbe. When it comes from mother, then the baby first time will be exposed to microbes. It will develop immunity, and the babies from the normal delivery will be very, very strong when compared to C-section. And if they have undergone C-section also, they should do the breastfeeding. If they don't do, from mother, the microbes will not be transmitted to the baby. And from this context also, I say female is Adi Shakti because she is the one contributing microbes to everyone, babies. So mitochondria, she is contributing, microbes she is contributing, and she is taking care of the baby, everything overall. So that's the reason why always she has been given the prominent place. So in this genetics context, I am telling, and lead poisoning in drinking water, and a lot of these problem, IQ will be, the children who are eating junk food, definitely IQ will be reduced. Definitely, because till 15 years, there is a development of the neurons. And if we pamper our children and always give this burger, all these junk food and candies and bakery item, we are spoiling our own kids. Spoiling in the sense, from the health point of view, they cannot be robust. They cannot be healthy at all. Physically, mentally, they can't. Then how do they excel in the life? They can't clear net. They can't clear what is the entrance exam for gate, net, all this. Then we blame you are in Dada. Why Dada? Because we have not given the food to enrich or to proliferate their neurons. That has to be given to children earlier days. However, our diet with lot of omega-3 fatty acid. Flaxseed is rich in omega-3 fatty acid. Flaxseed is a fantastic thing. And all of what we eat, groundnut, everything, siridhanya, we say millets, fantastic, fantastic, superb. But now, always we go for, this is a like a illusion we have. We think that if you go eat outside, we are like, something, there is an upliftment in our prestige. I don't know what prestige we get, but we are spoiling, in that illusion, we are spoiling our health. So that, and even we don't live for ourselves, we live for others. So go somewhere, take the photo, all the eatables, put it in the social media, all those things. We are eating for ourselves and we forget all this. So alcohol, I explained already, lot of such things. So finally, even alcohol, cocaine, smoking, all this, these are the things generally we can see if there is any shortage or any deficiency in the folic acid. Children born like this, folic acid deficiency, all these abnormal children. So I skip all this, it is not required. So this is a different. So any problem we can make out through prenatal diagnosis. Definitely we could identify there is a problem, because I can give some time for the interaction. You can ask anything in the sense related to my field, related to this. I can, it's a pleasure for me to answer you. So finally, dietary component. Our diet is very, very important. What we eat, we are. So similarly, our hobbies. lifestyle, all these things, our hobbies, good hobbies, then good hobbies will make our mental health good. Always, I can give some, most of the time, I give a lot of tips to everyone. So if you want to be healthy, young, cheerful, happy, all these things, so there are few tips. Always try to appreciate others. Appreciate the good thing in others, thereby by doing appreciation, by thanking others, having gratitude. So these are the key things to stimulate our neurons to secrete neurotransmitter like oxytocin, endorphin, serotonin, dopamine. So when we appreciate other without our knowledge, all these good hormones, when we laugh, when we talk, when we exchange the things, or if we are thankful to someone, then immediately we don't know, but our neurons will release this. So these are the hormone will keeps us always cheerful, healthy. It will postpone our aging, and we don't develop diabetes, obesity, heart problem, all those multifactorial disorder. We don't develop, we will be healthy forever, but we should practice. So gratitude nowadays, scientists are telling, do gratitude journal, do, let's say, gratitude to everyone. Donation in the sense, it could be in any form. It could be like putting some grains to birds, giving water to animals, or giving small things to children who are financially deprived class. Give anything that gives you fantastic gift. So in the terms of this neurotransmitter like serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, melatonin, and those individuals who have all these secretion, healthy secretion, so they will be robust, both physical, mental, social, sexual, and spiritual. So hope it's time now. I will stop. Any questions or thing, please, yeah, we can have some interaction also.
Good afternoon, ma'am.